Got that audio rolling. Got that video strolling. Hey everybody, welcome to Getting Cheezy with Van and Jeezy. Say what up, Van.
What up? What it do?
So, new this week, we're looking at the winners and losers from the new all digital. Some would say improved, others would shrug their shoulders. I don't know if anybody really cares about the draft, but I know there's a lot of feelings going around on the internet.
People have like draft watch parties. I never understood it because it's just the draft. I don't care. NFL.com app gives me enough notifications to blow my phone up and drain my battery. Whatever.
I mean, basically, between the people who text me about football and like CBS Sports app, I get everything I need to know. But here,
It's already too much.
it's already too much. Here is the key takeaway. Here's what I found pretty unanimous across the internet, and I'm feeling like I'm starting to agree with this. Ohio is looking good. Cincinnati, considered one of the biggest winners of the draft this year, coming in, building really a team. They get a new quarterback. They get some star talent around him, the quarterback being Joe Burrow. They put some skilled players around him. That's really what you need. And on day 3, they pick up an offensive lineman, really, and a linebacker in Khalid Kareem and Marcus Bailey. They're doing what they need to do to have an offense. I come back to this.
Players go to die. Players go to die in Cincinnati. And I will tell you, Jeezy, the state of Ohio will not make an asshole of me again. I made that mistake last year with the Browns. I'm not doing it with the Bengals.
Speaking of the brown streak on the backside of Van, the Cleveland Browns are also considered one of the best in class for this draft season. Got what was considered arguably the best offensive tackle, number 10 overall, in Jedrick Wills. Day 2, they get LSU's safety, Grant Delpit. And they got some more value even on day 3, picking up interior offensive lineman Nick Harris, wide receiver Donovan Peoples-Jones, and tight end Harrison Bryant. They're putting together a team that makes sense on paper.
We said this last year. We said it last year.
And we said all this last year, and look, I'm not willing to soil my backside over this team, but I do want to say that Ohio, they seem to be making good decisions. Let's see if that.
No, they don't.
See if that. I mean, we just got to see if that translates to some W's.
And they have terrible roads. I've almost died in a pothole. All right, fine.
We go down to Arlington, Texas. Dem Boys, another team touted as having one of the best draft classes that they've had in recent memory. Obviously this is preemptive. We've not seen this talent amount to anything, but they pick up what was considered the draft's best wide receiver in C.D. Lamb. They had a couple more productive days picking up cornerback Trevon Diggs, defensive tackle Neville Gallimore, both valued much, much higher than where they were selected.
And don't forget, too, Tyler Biadasz out of Wisconsin. Go Badgers. Go Badgers. Offensive lineman out of Wisconsin. Go Badgers.
Fudging right. And I don't want to emphasize the losers too much, but in the big 3 for losers, 2 of them that I'm really just mentioning because it makes me feel good, and one that makes me feel horrible. The Patriots, considered one of the worst draft classes they've had. They added a bunch of...
It's because Bill Belichick walked away for a minute and his dog was sitting in his chair trying to draft people. You see that?
Just doot, 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 doot. I mean, whatever, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. But this, they picked up some linemen. They picked up some edge rushers, tight ends. Am I going to say their names? No. Why? Because they're bad. We'll see what happens.
Doesn't matter.
Who else fucked up? The Bears.
Surprise!
They fucked up again. So they're on a list here looking back.
They have 10 tight ends on their roster right now. 10! Why?
I don't know why to that, but I just want to add one line here. Quote from CBS Sports. Chicago ended the event by adding 2 relatively unknown prospects, offensive lineman Arlington Hambright, and Lachavious Simmons. Huh?
Those are good names.
They're good names, but and I'm sure they might be great people, but it doesn't seem like they got a lot going on.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the unanimous worst draft this year. Go ahead.
And now I'm cheesing my way back to you, Van. With the
That's sad.
burning
Oh, it's the Green Bay
cheese
Packers. It's
inside.
not good.
The cheese is melting here in Green Bay.
Question, hypothetical on our way out here. Who is under more pressure now to win a Super Bowl? Both Packers guys, Packers related guys. Mike McCarthy in Dallas, Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. Especially with Dallas is a good draft. Who is on the hot seat now? You guys think about it. We'll think about it. We might tell you what we think. Who knows? In the wake of what is considered the worst Packers draft of all time, let me write it down for you. First pick, first round, Jordan Love, quarterback out of Utah State. Then we go A.J. Dillon, running back out of Boston College. Josiah DeGuara, tight end out of Cincinnati. Kamal Martin, linebacker out of Minnesota. John Runyon, offensive lineman out of Michigan. Jake Hansen, a center out of Oregon. Simon Stepanik, tackle out of Indiana. Scott Vernon, safety out of TCU. And Jonathan Garvin, an edge player out of Miami. Now,
I think what you're hearing here is that the Packers did nothing to help Aaron Rodgers and brought in.
stop. You're wrong.
They brought in a distraction. They brought in a
You're
distraction.
wrong. 100% wrong.
Wait,
And
what?
I'll tell you why you're wrong. What the Packers did is hone in more on Matt LaFleur's offensive concept of being a run-first team, a run-heavy team, and a run-heavy team supported by the play action, which makes Aaron Rodgers, as he's getting a little older, more deadly. He doesn't have to work as hard. It's going to be great. And I'm going to tell you this right now, too.
Wait a minute.
Jordan Love was not brought in to replace Aaron Rodgers. He is 2 years too early to be drafted to be the heir to Aaron Rodgers. What I'm hoping is he gets used as a Taysom Hill type player, running, catching, passing, doing whatever the hell he does. Otherwise, he might just be a trading chip. Who knows?
You ever show up to a birthday party 2 years too early? That's not a good example because probably it's just a birthday party still anyway.
Talk about time warp things now. We're getting off track. Bottom line, Rodgers wants to play out his contract, which puts him at 41 years old. Why are you going to have a number one pick with number one pick talent sitting on your bench on a cheap rookie contract, and then when he's finally time to play, you're gonna pay him? First round picks don't sit on the bench without getting picked up by somebody else. So what I'll say is I don't understand trading up to get him when he would have been there before. I feel like we gave up 2 picks for one guy. Is what it is. And this draft to me also is a sign from Packers brass that they really believe in what we currently have on the roster, in the wide receiving core and on the defense. They're really hoping for a second-year jump on a lot of guys. And let's not forget, too, we also picked up the Canadian Football League's best wide receiver, Reggie Begelton, from the Calgary Stampeders. Last year, 102 receptions, 1,444 yards, 10 touchdowns. Ridiculous. Signed into a futures contract in January. So looking forward to that, dude. And I don't want to. And people seem to forget we also signed Devin Funchess, who had an injury something shitty last year, but did pretty well with Cam. And obviously Aaron Rodgers is just a little bit better than Cam Newton. So I think he's going to be tearing it up in Green Bay.
Here's what I heard. You said first that Aaron Rodgers is now going to be a system quarterback like Tom Brady, and then
shut the fuck up. No, I did not.
I'm pretty sure that's what I heard.
We're about to.
All you cheesehead out there.
Searching for a new host. I need a new co-host here. Submit your applications in the comments below for a new co-host.
If you heard what I heard, just let Van know. Anyway, I heard that first. Second off, I heard that we just got this expensive Pokemon card that we're going to trade with another team in hopes that we'll get a holographic back. And then
everybody wants the holographic Charizard back.
That's what I mean.
We have a holographic Charizard. It's Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, you're not wrong.
We got like a holographic like Magikarp in Jordan Love sitting there right now.
Yeah, but you know
his only attack is swim.
Yeah, but if you get him to level 30 and then hurt him, he'll turn into a Gyarados.
That's fair. Let him sit for 5 years, I guess. Then he's gonna get picked up by somebody else, though.
I guess we'll see.
You're gonna need room in your 6 Pokemon index for somebody else.
Last word here, Van. This is what I need to know. Does Jordan Love push Aaron Rodgers to be a better quarterback? Yes or no?
I'm gonna say those who teach usually do better. And I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be a great mentor because he got shat on by Brett Favre a lot in those 3 years where they had an overlapping tenure in Green Bay. And Aaron doesn't want to do it to somebody else. He was a great mentor to Brett Hundley. Brett Hundley has gone on the record saying that Aaron was a great teacher, helped him, was patient with him. And I think Aaron will do the same for Jordan Love because he recognizes the position he's in, that he's not getting any younger, and it's going to be soon enough time to pass the reins to somebody else. So I think Aaron Rodgers becomes a better quarterback because of Jordan Love. Yes.
I want to see it. Time will tell.
I'll tell you, if it doesn't work out, I'll give you your money back.
How about my time back, though?
Can't do that.
All right. I guess that'll have to do.
Fine.
Fine. This is fine.
This segment is called the gossip section, where we basically talk about some ridiculous ass shit that happened in the NFL. And this week's episode is none other than Buccaneers quarterback Tom Brady, which sounds weird to say, who was cited not socially distancing. He's like playing around in a park in Tampa Bay. And the city of Tampa sent out a tweet saying, "We're excited to welcome Tom and everyone back to all of our parks once we have punted COVID-19 downfield." Nothing like a good old football pun.
Oh, you like football puns, you say? Would you say that Tom Brady was being unpatriotic? Would you say he had severed ties with all the rest of the American patriots? Social distancing?
I hate this guy. I really do. But basically, they said that, the parks are shut down. It was Tom Brady. But because it was Tom Brady, he didn't get cited. Nothing bad happened. Blah, 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 blah.
But there's some more wordplay here. The Twitter at City of Tampa, thank you, City of Tampa, for all that you're doing on social media, at least in relationship to this post. It says cited, SIGHTED, which is, when you see somebody, not cited, CITED, which is what you do when you get a ticket.
You know what's funny is cited. It's like he's a fucking bird. Like, did you see that? That's Tom Brady over there. Like, it's a wild Tom Brady in his natural environment.
Now that he's a Buccaneer, you could call him a red-breasted Tom Brady. Is that not okay?
It's gonna be a cheater. I hate you, Tom Brady. Old habits die hard. That's what I say.
I saw a video clip this morning that showed him. He's renting out, I think, or maybe he bought Derek Jeter's house. It is a fucking mansion. And so I saw a clip that like pans over his mansion, and he's like, Tom Brady's just like the rest of us, doesn't really have enough space at home to work out. And then just pan over huge mansion. Anyway.
As I'm sitting here in the corner of my tiny ass little room, you're currently in a closet.
I'm literally in the closet right now. Transitioning one other, this week in history, on April 26th, we're recording this on the 27th, John Elway says, "No way I'll play for the Colts."
No way, Jose.
And you may ask, why do we bring that up? And I'll answer by saying, I don't know. What else is going on in football right now?
Yeah, not a ton. If you'll remember, Eli Manning was actually also drafted by the Chargers, but was traded immediately. A little bit different situation.
John Elway, wherever you are, you're making old quarterbacks everywhere know that they'll always have a place to play in Denver.
Actually, on this day recently, too, Donald Driver was drafted like 198th overall out of Alcorn State, and a very short time later became the Packers' all-time leading receiver, everything, basically. So,
plus, he has one of the nicest smiles in Packer history. IMO.
One of the greatest stories, like feel-good stories, right? He was stealing cars off the street, went to Alcorn State to play football. Guy's life turned around, ended up being a wonderful football player for the Green Bay Packers. for the NFL as a whole. Great human being. We went from shitting on Tom Brady to loving on Donald Driver, and I'm just a mix of emotions right now.
Just like that.
Just like that.
That's your gossip. So thanks everybody for listening to another episode of Getting Cheezy with Van and Jeezy.
I'm Van.
And I am Jeezy.
We appreciate you guys sticking with us with this new format. You're going to have to let us know, you audio guys that are just listening on audio-only streams. Make sure to check out our video feeds. We've got a different format going on, and give some feedback if you'd like. Obviously, don't forget, we still got the Cheese Line. Cheese Line is still active. For any of you at home keeping score, that's 980-2-CHEEZY with a Z. And or hit us up on anywhere, everywhere, Facebook, YouTube, email, cheezypodcast.com, cheezypodcast.com, the website. Just, we're everywhere. Everywhere. Just never forget the cheese with the Z.
We are on the internet, and the internet will be there forever. I mean, as long as we continue to pay the bills for those things that are on the internet, at least.
Yeah. Yeah, that's reasonable.
Until next week. Cheese on.
Adios, amigos.
Bye-bye now.